Hello and welcome to your Social Science ABQ. My name is Kate Shields and I will be one of your instructors. Yes, I am one. There are two instructors. So when you take an ABQ versus an AQ, it's like you take a little mini teacher's college course along with it, which is the side that Frank does. So it's like taking methods again and some spec ed, a little bit of that mixed together at the senior level and senior attention to it, whereas my section is specifically about your teachable, which is the social science part of it. So you do have two instructors, two shells, two things to complete. The idea is that it's completely split for the amount of time that you spend on each side of the course. So if you were taking this live at the actual university, you would spend 62.5 hours with one instructor and you would spend 62.5 hours with the other. So mornings with one, afternoons with another, over a 12-week period. So it's about 5 hours a week. So that's why the modules are labeled a little strange. It's really hard to navigate. We understand it's very complicated. We wish we could change it, but it's something that actually OCT won't allow us to change. It's not Nipissing's fault and not our fault, certainly, when we wanted to design it. So modules 1, 2, 3 belong to Frank, and something that you do throughout the course for 62.5 hours. And then you do modules 4 through 9 with me also throughout the course. So you're working on an assignment for module 9 at the same time as working on an assignment for module 4. That's where it gets complicated. Apologize for that. I wish there was a different way to label it, so to speak, so it's not so confusing when it's converted online, but it is what it is. My other special thing to note is when we talk social science in the secondary level, the language changes a little bit. In elementary, I know your social science means your period where you do history and geography, but in the secondary level, there's a whole other curriculum document for history and geography called Canadian World Studies, and that's a different ABQ you have to take in order to be qualified to teach those course codes. So there is no history or geography course codes in this one. You won't be licensed to teach that. This is for social studies, so all of our course code starts with H. You will soon learn all the mixture that's in there, but probably you're taking this because you have some kind of background or enough credits in psych, soc, or anthro, and that's why it's allowing you to take this course. So just to be clear from the very beginning, this has nothing to do with history and geography. All right. So here we go, navigating the course a little bit to help you out. On the left-hand side of the course, there's like a little blue menu like this. What I've outlined here in the red box are kind of your key area where you're going to go into the most. Course content, consider that like the textbook. Right? There is going to be stuff in there for you to read, things for you to look at. There will probably be a direction in that content to post something to the discussion board. So these two kind of go back and forth, and you can go straight to the discussion board. And then every 2 weeks there is an assignment that is due, and consider the assignment like the evaluation piece. Right? So the content's the assessment. You're still getting some marks for what you're doing on the discussion board, but really the majority of the marks are coming from the assignments. This is the outline of assignments that I look after from mine. So my assignments start from assignment 5 through 10, and those are the weightings for them as well. So of course the unit plan you're doing at the very end is worth the most compared to the first little thing you're going to do, which is worth 2.5%. I will give you this study schedule in a Word document. I highly recommend that you print it off, but the basic rundown of how this works is from my side of the course, every second Wednesday an assignment is due. It's always on Wednesdays, and a new module starts every second Wednesday. So every 2 weeks it rotates. So in this study schedule I've kind of outlined as best as I can. I know Frank has changed a few things here and there of how long you're working on module 1. So you work on module 1 right up until the 5th week mark, whereas you're working through module 4 and halfway through 6 at the same time. Right, so week 1 you're working on these things, week 2 this happens. It's kind of how you read that schedule over the 12-week period that you're taking this course. Submitting stuff for me, I've created a Dropbox within the course shell, so you click on the assignment link, but then underneath that's the Dropbox of where you actually have to submit it, and there's always a reminder of the due date underneath. I will not accept them emailed to me. I believe Frank is still doing emails, but I prefer to keep it organized into the drop boxes, so I use the grade book as well. So you will get feedback within the shell, and you will get the grade book within Blackboard shell as well. Discussion posts. Over the years, this is certainly getting better and better. Just make sure you're creating new threads when you are wanting to post in there, that you're not just responding off others. I have noticed also the default display for Blackboard is not always what is the easiest to read or understand the threads. So if you wish to change that display, it's in the right hand corner, and you can adjust the view there of how the discussion threads are showing. I have posted a little welcome message in there. Please go ahead and respond with your own thoughts and give us some detail on yourself to let us get to know each other. How the discussion points work is you get 1 point for posting, and then you get the 0.25 for responding, and all of that eventually equals up to, I forget the amount of 5%, I believe, of your total grade for the course. All right, due dates. They are pretty much set in stone. It's every second Wednesday. However, life happens. If something is going to happen and you're not going to be able to submit on that Wednesday for whatever reason, I'm more than happy to give an extension. The only thing is you must do that before the due date. I have to submit those requests into Nipissing, so they require a paper trail. So please do post that. Otherwise, we have to start taking percentages off and those kind of things. But if you're looking for an extension, happy to do that. Most important is to stay on track of the discussion posts, to not race ahead and keep those within the 2-week time frame. If you're racing ahead and submitting assignments, that's fine, but the discussion posts, I really like to keep those within the 2 weeks. Refer to the study guide sheet as much as you can. Keep your responses, whether in the discussions or the assignments, short and sweet. I am not looking for a 12-page paper on anything that we are discussing. The shorter the better is probably a good rule of thumb. Lastly, you will notice all communication goes through Nipissing through the email account set up with them. If you're like me, you don't need one more email account to check. So if you would like to forward your Nipissing email to something else you check more often, then when you are logged into your Nipissing, look for the little cogwheel. And under settings, you'll come to a place where you can forward your email. So you click on that tab. And down here you can select, I sent it to my Near North Schools account, and you can forward your emails, so then you'll get a copy there where you check it more often. I highly recommend doing that unless you are in a great habit of checking your emails. You will get a email like this from me every Tuesday, and every second week will be some kind of slideshow welcoming you to the new module, giving you any kind of hints of working it through. I'm always open for questions, so certainly email me anytime. I'm looking forward to working with everyone. Thanks.